Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I am the intuitive reader, the Reaver. Thank you for coming to my page. So this video is part of a series, another type of series that I would like to do for you guys in order to bring you more awareness, more light on your spiritual path, especially on a soul, especially those who are in a soul connection. As a spiritual life coach, I am seeing a lot of patterns and also being on a soul journey as well. So I'm very aware of certain things and also learning as I'm going. And I believe that there are certain base information, knowledge that we need to do anything, a job, a relationship, whatever it is. You need to know what you're doing. You know, you need to know what you're dealing with. That's the best way to say it. So hopefully this series will bring more clarity to you. So this video is about the 7 laws of the universe. So we are here on planet Earth, and while we as humans, we are co-creators of our life on this planet, there are a set of laws that govern over us, meaning these laws override whatever you are trying to co-create. If you are not aware of these laws, and if you ignore these laws and don't apply them properly. So if you're not doing that, then it's no mistake that certain things just don't align, or certain results you don't get them, you know, because there's certain laws that you have to abide by in order for the universe to give you what you are seeking. And we can't skip that, you know. It's like gravity, the law of gravity. Whether you're too busy to believe in it, to think about it, to whatever it is, gravity does not care about whether you're rich, you're poor. Gravity doesn't care if you're a girl, you're a boy. If you jump off the balcony, gravity will apply. It will come into effect and you will die. So this is the importance of understanding and obeying the laws of the planet, because we can get seriously hurt. Our emotions can get hurt. Our lives can be stagnant because we don't know what we're dealing with, meaning the soul connection. So the first one that I want to attack as a Virgo, a mental person, the law of mentalism, the mind. How does the law of mentalism apply in a soul connection? So I just have like a few notes, but I'm just gonna channel the message and freestyle, because we're all doing this. We all do it, we just do it unconsciously. And science shows that we act 80 or 90% of our subconscious mind, meaning we are so programmed into thinking and believing and seeing things and operating in a certain way that, example, you can literally get up every morning, get dressed, go to work, arrive at work with your eyes closed, and you'll get at work. You'll arrive on time, no accidents or whatever. let's say you didn't have to drive, okay? You would be able to do it because you're just so programmed. We're programmed like clockwork. And this is the point of those in charge of the world that are not the spiritual people. They want to keep you that way and make you depressed. But you have to awaken to the fact that you're a soul, you're not just a body. And your soul at a certain point, and I've said it, will override your body and get you where you need to go, whether you want to go there, be there or not. The universe will conspire against you to get you there. And that, from experience, not pretty, and you don't want that, because you don't know how, what way, how intense, how not intense the universe is going to conspire against you. And I don't think you want the universe to conspire against you. So it's just better that you submit to the law of the universe, submit to what is, and just trust. Because at the base of everything, it's a lack of trust with you and the divine. It has nothing to do with the outside world. Because anyways, the divine is in charge, right? And the universe is governing everyone and everything. So, first point. I wrote down the law of mentalism talks about how your thoughts manifest things and events. If you want to throw a party, the party doesn't just appear out of nowhere. You have to think about the party. You have to plan the party. You have to write it down. You have to make, like, after you make the plans, then you have to financially invest, because you have to buy stuff for the party. And then once you buy stuff for the party, then you have to put in action. You have to set up the party based on your thought, based on what you were planning, based on what you were imagining and thinking. And whatever you were imagining and thinking created a feeling. That feeling made you pick up the phone and start calling, start planning. That feeling made you pick up the phone, start planning, and then you start spending your actual dollars and cents that you've worked for. But all of that was initially just a thought in your mind. But there's like a whole party in the end. There's emotions involved, because people are coming over, people are happy, people are having a good time. You're creating memories. People are taking pictures. That's a moment in time that will be recorded forever. And again, all of that initially started with one thought. That's how powerful one thought can be. And this is a positive thought. Imagine if you're having negative ones. That party did not exist. The people who came over and took the picture, none of that existed had you not acted upon that thought. Because you could have thought about it, you could have had the feelings about it. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of feelings. But then when it comes to planning, I can plan all day. I'm a Virgo. I can do that like in my sleep. Then to take out the money, no. No. You know? Because I'm very conscious and aware that it's just a thought. And I'm very conscious that the feelings that I'm feeling, it's created by my thoughts. But I'm not going to act upon it because it's just a thought. And second point, or another thing that I wrote down, was your thoughts create the state of existence that you're in. So that means the quality of life that you are living, the quality, is based on your thoughts. How? If you think abundant, if you think positive, if you think happy thoughts, high vibes, when you look out into the world, that's what you would see, because that's what's in your mind. You know, for example, let's go back to the party. You want to plan a party. You want to plan a party about princess, like a princess themed party. Okay, that's your thought. You made your plans. You called the party shop. They're open. They have all the princess stuff. Blah blah blah. So you then go to the store, pick up the princess stuff. You go in the party aisle. You pick up all the princess stuff, and then you pay your money and you leave. But in that store, it's not a store of party for princess supplies, accessories. No, it's a party store, meaning in that store there are every item and accessories for any theme. Meaning there are themes for a zoo theme, cowboy theme, princess theme, car theme. Why did you not pick up a zoo thing? Or why did you not pick up a car accessory for your party? Why did you not pick up a, why didn't you pick that up? You're doing a party. You're in a party store. It's a party accessory. Why didn't you buy it? Because that's not what you were looking for. That is not in your thoughts. Whatever the zoo theme or car theme or any other accessories that's not a princess, you did not see it because your thoughts and everything around that was attached to the theme of the princess. So even if you went into a store full of all kind of other stuff, you were laser focused on only seeing princess theme accessories. This is how we see and act on our soul's journey and connections. So if your thought is positive, wherever you go in the world with all the crap, all the whatever not high vibes, you won't see it. Why? Because that's not what you're focusing. That's not what's in your mind. Your mind is, I want to see positive. I want to see abundance. I want to see love. I want to see happiness. How can you see anything else? You would have to shift your focus. Or you would have to be distracted. Because we can't go in a store and then we do pick up a car thing or whatever. Why? Because we were distracted. We were distracted from the purpose of the princess theme. Possibly we said, oh, okay, well, I'll get something for my son, so I'll pick up 2 or 3 card stuff. It can happen. You were distracted. But let's say in the party theme, it's not a negative because you're buying a gift for your child. But let's say in a soul connection, if you get distracted from looking for the positive and the high vibes, and then you go pick up what your friend said, what your neighbor did, what the person on the TV said, then you get sidetracked. And in the spiritual world and in the real world, when you get sidetracked, there is negative and big consequences, depending on how strong that influence was on your mind. Because remember, there's an emotion that's attached to your mind, to the thought, to the idea, the perception. There's an emotion that's, it's like in stages. And then you act is like the final stage. But right after the thought is manifested in your brain, automatically there is the cells in your brain creates like adrenaline, endorphin, and all of these terms. Like, I'm not a doctor, so, but you understand what I mean. It physically activates stuff in your biology. That's why you act, because you feel it inside. What you feel inside is what you're going to see on the outside, which is another law. So within, so without. Lack versus abundance. If you're always seeing problems, if you're always seeing negative, it's because at a certain, connect the dots backwards, and it starts with you, your mind, your thoughts. Because one of the consequences on a soul's journey, because no one has the answer. No one. Because tomorrow doesn't exist. It's not created yet. God didn't bring it about yet. So how can that person know or be absolute? God didn't create tomorrow yet. And what we do when we get distracted in the 3D world with 3D things, third dimensional, aka superficial, when we get distracted with that, with the lack versus the abundance, it creates or it triggers a negative emotion, which is it stems from a hidden wound inside. And then what we do most of the time, and this is why I created the program, take a look at my playlist if you so please, and the codependency and the abandonment issues and the self-esteem, love yourself more. It's like the 3 core things. If you go back, go back, dig deep within you, it will always be those 3 things. So when you see or you feel a lack on the outside, is because somewhere within you there's a lack, or you're thinking about lack. And when the emotion gets triggered, it's not a positive one. And then the action, then you start planning, and then you start thinking about how to soothe this feeling, this low vibrational feeling within you. You start thinking, and then you come up with ideas which are distorted, unhealthy, if you're not healed. And then you will act. And the action that you would take for those who are not healed, or for those whose wounds are triggered and again not healed, you will then want to do more. You will then want to want more, because there's not enough. There's not enough what? There's not enough time. There's not enough love. There's not enough affection. What is it? What don't you have on the outside? And why do you feel the need that it's your job to go out to get someone or get something to fill that void? And the other point that I wrote down is that everything is related. Meaning, when you're saying, example, on a soul's journey, in a soul connection, my partner isn't acting fast enough, or my partner isn't showing me enough love, my partner isn't showing me enough affection. I'm not getting enough time with my partner. It's not enough. Based on what? Based on what? Your thoughts. Your thoughts are, where did your thoughts come from? That what he's doing equals a lack. Is it from what you've seen your parents, from your friends' relationship, when you're watching your favorite movie, the love scenes and stuff? What is it based off of? And whatever that you're basing it on, it's, again, your own thoughts. Not once did you say anything that had to do with him or her. Did you think about him? Did you think about her? Their life? Their wounds? Their lack? What they are trying to work on? The karmic lessons that they have to deal with that has nothing to do with you, that started before you were even a thought in their mind? So now, because you are here, they should just drop everything and connect with you to build for us? Based on what? And with the lack, it's either they're not doing enough or you feel you're not doing enough. Based on what? We don't have anything to base it on. Whatever that we have to base it off of, it's always the past. But why would you compare what you had in the past that's no longer existent with something that is existent? That doesn't really make sense. Whatever lessons, life lessons that you've had to learn or whatever, it's already incorporated within you. Therefore, there's no need to compare. You are who you are. Whether you're with person A, B, or C, or D, your boundaries is your boundaries regardless. So if the person is not respecting the boundaries, why do you feel you have to do more or to lower it? Why don't you think that they have to step up? Why do you have to go down? Why would you want to go down? And again, based off of what? You thinking that I'm not good enough. Based off of what? We never have any answers. We never do. Because it's all in your head. That's the point. It's all in your mind. It doesn't exist. Tomorrow doesn't happen, and it's like, because, how should I say it? We go through a certain experience and we learn certain things, and we have to keep the lessons. But the experience is an illusion. This is from Annalise's Twin Flame Transformation Program. The feelings and emotion is real, but everything else is non-existent because it's in the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Whatever that's meant to be will always be. So if you learn a lesson, you will forever have that lesson incorporated within you. Why do you need to feel that you have to remove it or modify it for another human being? Why don't we assume that it's the other person's job or responsibility to adapt to you? You know? So this is why, another reason why in a soul connection there are runners, because you are projecting what you think. It's like, well, I think this, therefore you should think that, because we're in a soul connection. We share one brain. No, you don't share one brain. You share one soul. But we have a third dimensional brain that we shouldn't really operate from. We should operate from our soul, our knowing. The mind have its place, and your soul knows when it's time to use your brain, time to be logic, time to wake up. Your soul also knows when it's time for your brain to shut off. And in a soul's journey, your mind doesn't really have its place if it's not to manifest positivity, abundance, love. If you're not doing that, then your mind on a soul's journey doesn't really have a place, because it's hindering you and it's hindering the people around you, because you're constantly in low vibration. You're constantly tired. You're constantly depressed. You're constantly tired. You're constantly wanting. You're constantly looking because you're wanting, because you don't have. It's like a constant thing. It's never ending. Your partner runs because in his perception, in his mind, and I've been told this from my first husband. He told me once, he's like, again, this is the flip side, because it was done to me, on the lack, not good enough, and there's no basis, or the basis has to do with your past. So my first husband, we were there, and so we're having an argument, and then he looks at me, he's like, if all of my exes could see the way that I am treating you, if all of my exes could see how much I submit to you, they would literally drop dead out of shock. And he was very passionate about it. And I even till this day, I can validate that those emotions were very real. But guess what? I told him, that ain't got shit to do with me and you today in our relationship, in our marriage. And he got so irate, he left the house. But I didn't care, because that ain't got shit to do with me. It's not in whatever you're doing, it's not enough to maintain our marriage. This is not boyfriend and girlfriend. You have work to do, just like I have work to do. We both have work to do for our marriage. So basically what he's telling me is that I should just accept whatever effort that he's putting and just take it. But our marriage is going down. And I'm feeling overwhelmed. And I'm crying every night, because I have to overcompensate. And if I don't, well, I'm not going to eat, and my kids are not going to eat, and we're not going to have any lights on. But in his perception, in his life, like relationship in his life and everything like that, whatever that he was giving me was the most out of his life. And I don't discredit it. As I said, I know he was. I know compared to his exes, compared to them, don't compare yourself to them. Don't compare me to them. Don't compare what you have to offer me to whatever you offer them. I'm not with that. Offer me what I deserve based on what I'm offering you. And I will offer you what you deserve based on what you're offering me. You know? We should all just respect each other's current needs for the current situation. You know? So that's just like a personal example. You know? And again, like, I acknowledge all of his efforts because I saw within his eyes. I know that he was doing a lot of efforts, but he needed to do more. It wasn't enough for me. So I had a choice. I either could accept it or not. And I choose not, because I had to go down to match whatever high level effort that his perception was giving. It wasn't enough for me. So I had to think about me, and I had to think about my needs. And here I am today. You know? So I hope this made sense. There's 7 laws. So this is the first of 7. So I have 6 more. All of my information is in this description box. And also, please subscribe. Thank you very much to those who are subscribed, and the notification bell is on. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Bye.